Hello my fellow smug ones, I hope you're all okay. Well, Tesco has been very naughty and been fined. Let's begin. Okay, this story is from the Times and it says Tesco's fined for paying workers less than minimum wage in flagrant breach. It's not very good, is it? Especially from a company like Tesco's. Let's read on. Tesco's is among 139 companies that have been fined and publicly chastised by the government for a completely unacceptable breach of employment law, which in tens of thousands of workers were paid less than minimum wage. Can you imagine that? A company like Tesco's, one of the main four supermarkets. I wonder how their meeting went about that. I wonder if it went something like this.
Tibble!
Come here.
Yes, sir?
I would like a new yacht, but we don't have enough money. How can we get more money?
We could pay our workers less, sir.
That is a brilliant idea. I've thought of that already, but we cannot pay less than the minimum wage. I have thought about that before.
Well, how about we cut their hours so so the government think they've worked less?
Yes, that's fantastic. How many hours did the checkout operator, Mr. Adams, work last week?
Let me look, sir. He worked 23.
Pay him for 4. That will soon help me get my yacht.
Okay, sir.
Excellent. Okay, I don't think it went like that at all, but you never know, do you? The business department said that Britain's biggest supermarket chain had underpaid 78,199 workers by almost 5.1 million after it failed to properly account for all of its employees' time. Tesco was by far the largest offender. No wonder why they can get their prices so low. Every little helps, eh, Tesco? By combined value in the list, which also included Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut, no way. Superdrug and burger chain Byron. The 139 businesses that done this. It's a disgrace, isn't it? Can you imagine if the managers or the top bosses, the directors, they were underpaid? They'd soon want their money back. But yet they've done this to their staff, and I can't see how that's possible in this day and age. Either staff should be clocked in or clocked out, or be paid on salary or something like that. There's set hours each week. Or for overtime, that should be automatically calculated. There's absolutely no excuse for this whatsoever. The 139 businesses failed to pay a total of £6.7 million owed to more than 95,000 workers. So yes, Tesco's are by far the biggest. They've got 5.1 million out of a share of 6.7. So that's 1.6 million for the other 138 businesses. So Tesco's, yes, you really do need to sort your act out. I'm not saying the others don't, they do, but you certainly do. The government called it a flagrant breach of employment law, and yes, I'm not surprised. Paul Scully, the business minister, said it is never acceptable for any employer to shortchange their workers, but it's especially disappointing to see such huge household names who absolutely know better than this on the list. And he is right. No excuse for any of this today. The investigations took place between 2016 and 2018. The government said the common finding was that low-paid employees were having to cover work costs such as being made to pay for their uniforms or training. If the employer needs you to be trained on a course to do your training, to do the job, then they should pay for your training. And if the employer wants you to wear a uniform, then they should pay for that as well. Some employers also failed to raise employees' pay after they had a birthday that should have moved them to a different minimum wage bracket. Those aged over 25 should be paid at least £8.72 an hour. I don't think anyone should be paid less than that. I think it's absolutely disgraceful in this day and age. We have people who leave school or college and do the same work as someone who is over 25, and they are paid something like £3 something, and the person over 25 is being paid £8.72. There's like £5 difference, and they're both doing the same job. They should all be paid the same wage, no matter how old they are. All the named companies have reimbursed those affected, the government said, and had to pay penalties of up to 20% of wage arrears capped at £10,000 per worker. And I'm guessing quite a lot of those companies only done that because they got found out. Tesco declined to say how much had been fined, but said it was extremely disappointed and surprised. Hopefully you won't do such a silly thing in future. Claiming that the breaches cited by the business department did not apply to it. How can it not apply to it? If you pay your workers less than what they're owed, then yeah, you'll be on the list. Tesco also noted that it had self-reported this issue to HM Revenue and Customs. Well, that's at least one good thing. I'm glad they owned up to their mistake, which hopefully means they're not going to do it again in the future. The business department said it is the responsibility of all employers to ensure that they are following the law. Tesco has said it identified a technical issue in 2017 that meant that the staff inadvertently were underpaid for routines that they had to carry out before or after work, such as security checks. Tesco acknowledged that the pay should have begun the moment the staff entered the premises. A spokesman said, "We are very sorry this happened. Staff were reimbursed in full in 2017, and in most cases, the reimbursement was £10 or less. Once we uncovered this mistake, we took a proactive, transparent and cooperative approach with HMRC. Pizza Hut failed to pay £845,936 to 10,980 workers after it did not account for the staff purchases of uniform or the time spent changing into their work clothes. The company said that had reimbursed those affected. Superdrug failed to pay £15,229 to 2,222 workers, all the twos, after it required staff to wear black trousers but initially failed to cover the cost. A spokesman said, "As soon as we were notified, we swiftly reimbursed employees and immediately changed the uniform policy." Mr. Scully said that the list must act as a wake-up call to named employers. And in fact, all companies, if you underpay workers, you will get caught, companies. Take this as a lesson. Anyway, what do you think about this? You can let me know down in the comments. If you want to see more videos like this, you can let me know by giving the video a like, subscribe to stay updated, and share this video wide and far to get the message out there, and I'll see you in the next one.